So I've been with Medishare for about 15 years now. One of the most common questions I get from people who are considering using it is, how does Medishare work when you have to go to the doctor? And so I want to break this down into really about probably 7 steps or so. So the first thing before you actually ever go to the doctor's office is that you are paying a monthly share. So just like if you have traditional health insurance, you're paying or likely paying a monthly premium. You're going to be paying a monthly share to Medishare and paying the money into the program to cover other people's bills so that yours can be covered when you do that. So the second thing is, when you actually go to see the doctor, you can choose the provider that you want to go see. Now, Medishare is part of the PHCS network. And so it's best if you go through the network. You don't have to, and we actually don't do that very often because we're very specific about the doctors we want to use, but there's a ton of doctors in there. And so I'm going to flip over and just show you what this looks like. And so we can log into a Medishare account here and just go search for a provider. And then we're going to do this, and you'll see. So it already has our city pulled up. And so I can come in here and search by all kinds of different things, so condition or specialty or whatever. And I'm just going to search for pediatric or something. Just say general pediatric. And then I can find all the pediatricians nearby. And so again, we can still nail down by procedures if we wanted, but I'm going to go to doctors or maybe facilities, or I'll just go to pediatrics here. And so then now I am seeing all the different ones nearby. Okay, and I can load more if I want. You can obviously sort with this. This column is really nice because they're part of, I forgot what this program is, but basically they're giving you information about these doctors and who they refer to, whether they're lower cost specialists or higher cost ones. So it's just a good way to be able to sort, again, if you're trying to save some money and want somebody who's going to generally refer to someone who's a little bit cheaper. But point is, I can find any of these are in network. And what's good about working in network when you're using Medishare is that it just makes your life easier, okay? But that leads to the third point, which is basically just showing your member card. And so just like traditional health insurance, when you go in to the doctor and you show them your card, it's no different with this. You show them your Medishare card, and it's got a number on it and everything else. It's got a copay amount and all this different stuff. And so when you do that in network, in the PHCS network, we have found that almost all those doctors understand Medishare. They're familiar with it, and they're like, okay, got it. And they treat it just like normal health insurance. Now, if you go out of network, we have found in many cases, they're like, what is this? What's Medishare? What do I do with this? And so they have a million questions. And it finally gets to the point many times where it's like, all right, we're just self-pay. Just send us the bill. We'll take care of it. And so you can handle that either way. But point is, oftentimes those out-of-network ones won't take care of the billing for you, okay? But that leads to the fourth point. You then, again, will operate on the assumption that you're going in-network. You're going to pay. You'll be responsible for any office visit fees, in which your little card will say on there, or agreed upon amount, depending on the arrangement that you have with whatever the provider is, okay? And then fifth on the list is that healthcare provider will now send the bill directly to Medishare, not to you, which is really nice. And again, if you go out of network, oftentimes they're sending the bill directly to you. So you can do it either way, but it's just, again, more like traditional insurance if you go in network, because Medishare is taking care of it. They're sending the bill directly to them, and then you don't need to do much, okay? So sixth on this list is that now Medishare, when they get the bill, regardless of whether you manually send the bill to them after the provider has sent it to you, or the provider sends it directly to Medishare. Either way, Medishare negotiates the bill for you, which is great. And so if the costs are eligible, Medishare will step in and start negotiating with the provider. And then on top of that, if you cross your annual household portion, aka deductible for the year, then Medishare will cover those expenses. If you don't, so let's say you have a $5,000 a year deductible and you have a $1,000 bill, that will come off of your AHP, your annual household portion. And so now you only have to spend $4,000 left for the rest of the year before they start sharing some of those expenses with you. And then number 7 is you are now responsible for whatever the remainder is of that bill. And so again, in the case of you having a $5,000 a year annual household portion and you got a $1,000 bill, Medishare will negotiate that down. Okay. And so we have found that those ranges are very different. Sometimes it'll just be a 10, 20% discount. And sometimes it's like a 60, 70% discount. So let's say they take that $1,000 bill and negotiate it down to $500. Now you are responsible for paying that $500. And so that's the gist of it. So it's actually pretty simple. We've been, like I said, using Medishare for many years, a long time. And a lot of our doctors are actually out of network. And so we've just gotten used to that rhythm of having them send us a bill and then we send it to Medishare and then they take care of it. But again, if you want to make your life a little bit easier, just stay in network. And again, there are tons of doctors in the network. So there's no reason that you couldn't do that. But if you happen to have one who is just maybe a family friend or something, it's like, I just want to stay with my doctor, like you absolutely can do that. And yeah, and it's not that big a deal. So any questions, hit me up in the comments. Happy to share anything I can about how to help with this. Did you know that there is an unofficial $100 sign-up bonus for Medishare? As a Medishare member, I get a bonus for referring new members. So if you decide to sign up, I am happy to share that bonus with you. So more details down in the description below, but just email me after letting them know that Bob Lotich referred you, and I will send you a $100 Amazon gift card.